Imagine a place that contained the knowledge of the entire ancient world, hundreds of thousands of books, mathematics, medicine, philosophy, astronomy. Then one day, it disappeared, burned, destroyed, or perhaps silenced. This was the Library of Alexandria. The story begins after the death of Alexander the Great. One of his generals, Ptolemy I, became ruler of Egypt. He had an ambitious idea: to build a center of knowledge unlike anything the world had ever seen. The Library of Alexandria. Its goal was simple but revolutionary: to collect every book in existence. Agents were sent across the ancient world searching for manuscripts. Ships arriving in Alexandria's harbor were inspected. If a scroll was found, it was taken to the library. Scholars copied the text. The copy was returned. The original was kept. Within a few generations, the library held hundreds of thousands of scrolls, the greatest collection of knowledge humanity had ever assembled. The library was not just a storage building. It was part of a vast research institution called the Mausion, something similar to a modern university. Scholars lived there. They studied mathematics, astronomy, medicine, geography. Some of the greatest thinkers of antiquity passed through Alexandria. The mathematician Euclid developed the foundations of geometry. The scientist Eratosthenes calculated the circumference of the Earth with surprising accuracy. Doctors studied the human body through early anatomical research. For centuries, Alexandria was the intellectual center of the ancient world, a place where knowledge was not just preserved, but expanded. Inside the library were works that may never exist again: ancient histories, lost plays, scientific discoveries, philosophical writings. Some historians believe the library contained between 400,000 and 700,000 scrolls. Many were unique copies, which meant that if those scrolls disappeared, their knowledge disappeared with them. Entire books from ancient authors have vanished from history. We only know they existed because later writers mentioned them, which raises an unsettling question. How much of humanity's knowledge was stored in Alexandria, and how much was lost forever? For centuries, people believed the library was destroyed in a single catastrophic fire. But historians now believe the truth may be more complicated. In 48 BC, during a war in Egypt, Julius Caesar set fire to ships in Alexandria's harbor. The flames spread into the city. Ancient sources say thousands of scrolls were destroyed, but the library may have survived. Decades later, the Roman Empire began to decline. Funding for scholars disappeared. Political instability weakened the institution. Then, in the year 391 AD, a temple called the Serapeum was destroyed during religious conflicts. Some historians believe this temple housed what remained of the library. If that is true, the last fragments of Alexandria's knowledge may have vanished in that moment. But even that may not be the full story, because the destruction of the Library of Alexandria has always raised unsettling questions. Some people believe the library contained knowledge that powerful groups wanted to erase: ancient science, forbidden philosophies, ideas that challenged political or religious authority. Others believe the most valuable scrolls were secretly removed before the destruction, hidden in monasteries, private collections, or other ancient libraries. There is no proof of these theories, but the mystery remains. Because the truth is that historians still do not know exactly what was inside the library, or what may have been lost. Today, historians believe that most literature from the ancient world has disappeared. Some estimates suggest that over 90% of ancient texts are gone. The Library of Alexandria may have contained a significant portion of that lost knowledge. Discoveries that could have changed science, philosophy that shaped civilizations, stories that humanity will never read again. The library was meant to preserve the wisdom of the world. Instead, it became a symbol of how fragile knowledge really is, and how easily it can disappear.